I have two sisters and one brother. I'm the youngest, and they all live in Denver, Colorado, in the United States. And my parents they were working here, but now they're in the United States, and then they'll come back to Chile eventually, but I don't know when.
Who do you live with?
I'm living alone right now. I live alone, and
Where?
I live at Vespuccia Colón, so a little bit up from Metro Colón.
And what sports do you like?
I like to play all sports, but I love to skateboard and play soccer.
Do you practice here in Chile?
Yeah, a lot. I
In
really,
free time?
yeah,
After classes?
yeah. After classes, the weekends, whatever. In Bustamante or Las Condes or the streets, whatever. It's a lot of fun.
Have you traveled here in Chile?
Yeah, a little bit. I've been to Pichilemu to surf, and Puertecillo also, and then I've been to Viña and Valparaíso and Cajón del Maipo, and just that for now. But in July I'm going to travel more to the south and the north, and hopefully no more.
Do you like the environment of Santiago?
Yeah, it's good. It's it like the nature and stuff. Yeah, I love having the mountains, and it's so nice to have them so close. And I like Santiago is very open with a lot of trees and a lot of parks and stuff, so I like that a lot. And there's a lot of very interesting things close to Santiago as well, to do hiking or surfing or snowboarding or whatever. So I think Santiago is a perfect
Have
place.
everything.
Yeah, it has everything that I want to do.
So
Are there any more?
No.
Cats, dogs?
Do you like pets?
Yeah, I like pets a lot, but my favorite are dogs, and I like cats, and what else? Yeah, dogs and cats. I don't have any pets right now, but because I'm only here for 1 year, but I always had dogs growing up.
And what about the culture of your city? I don't know, the typical things that if you go, you're going to find there.
Yeah, in Kimberly, it's one thing that's very similar to here, and I think in the rest of the world, but in South Africa they really like to they call it here asados, they have braais there, they call it a braai, so it's the same thing where people get together and visit, and so the culture of the people in the city is very social. It's very interesting, and it's very rich because there's people from all over the world and people from all over Africa, and there's so many different languages in South Africa. There's 11 official ones, and so everybody speaks different languages and eats different food and has their own culture that they can add together for the South African culture. And so it's very, very interesting place. And my city specifically is a little bit separate from the rest of South Africa, and so it has its own kind of culture. It's very, very relaxed, very small town people.
If you have to choose living in Santiago or United States or Kimberly,
Yeah.
what do you prefer?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think if I was to live in a city, I really like Santiago a lot. It's my favorite city that I've lived in. But if I were to live in a small town, maybe the United States. But yeah, I don't know. Hola. Hello. But yeah, that's a hard question. I've enjoyed my stay in Santiago in Chile, but I don't think that I'm gonna live here forever. But I've enjoyed it, but yeah.
What is the typical food of Kimberly?
Kimberly, it's very Afrikaans, which Afrikaans is like long ago Dutch people came to South Africa and then they became Afrikaans culture, and so there's a lot of Dutch influenced food, and there's also a lot of typical African foods that you find. It's hard to explain, but there's this meat called biltong, and it's like a dried meat with different flavors and seasonings. It's very good. There's also different kinds of sausage and stuff that's really good. It's hard to explain the food without seeing it, but I don't know, there's a lot of Indian food, and a lot of very spicy Asian food, and yeah.
When you come back to your country, what are you going to miss from Chile?
From Chile? I snowboard and surf and skateboard, and so I'm gonna miss being so close to all of those things, to good snowboarding, good surfing, good skateboarding. That's been very nice about Santiago. I'm gonna miss the people, my friends that I've met here. I'll miss speaking Spanish every day. I really love to speak Spanish. I love the language, I love the way it sounds every day. I love Chilean Spanish too. When I first moved here, I hated it because it was so fast and difficult to understand, and all the words were different. But the more I learn, the more I really like it. It's very unique Spanish, and so I really like the accent. So I'll miss the language and the people and completos and terremoto. Yeah, I'll miss the food and yeah.
So, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Bye.